Zealand never disappoints. It's going to be a fabulous tour and a great first trip down under for the likes of Clayton and Cullen. I'm sure they'll have a fantastic time trying to fly the flag for the art of the dart.
Good trip down under there for Ratajski, a couple of treble 19s to leave himself on a 14 darter. That is how many darts
100.
Joyce has thrown to win each of the first 2 legs in this match. Ratajski can't quite return
26.
in that number, and he can't quite finish off the leg either.
How does he find this 60 now? Needs a little bit of trickery. Wow. What a dart. Double 18 for a 3-0 lead and 2 breaks. That is extraordinary from Ryan Joyce. That second dart was one of the best darts I've seen in the last. He's looking at 19s. If he gets the single, he wants it just under the 57. Right there. That's why. But a chance
92.
for Joyce to finish the job.
Treble 20 would leave double 18. Does leave double 18. But can't find it, nor double
78.
9. And Ratajski returns to force a decider in which he would have the darts.
Game shot.
Oh, that was a nice little kiss, wasn't it? We are going all the way, and Ryan Joyce makes no eye contact.
Well, he can't believe it. He was 4-0 up in this match, and Ratajski has come back.
Ratajski is looking to finish the job, to sink Joyce. That's a 6.
Yes.
All is not lost. This time he can't leave 32, unless he goes 25. He just gets the single 17.
23.
Chance for Joyce.
Well, he struggled for the back end of the match, and you can visibly see his struggles. Sweating like a camel in a parka. And he
59.
may be perspiring a little bit more as Ratajski takes aim at tops.
I've got a very strange image in my head now, Murph. The image in Ratajski's mind is one of victory.
Game shot on the
It
match.
is a victory for him, a somewhat unexpected one. But the 13 seed has survived that first.
One of the North American Tour events losing to David Cameron. Not that one.
81.
Well, this week, as you said, never failed to get past the first round, reached the last 16 a couple of days ago and lost to the eventual winner in Danny Noppert. So an indication
133.
as to where his game is. Solid throw, solid technique, and a solid set of results.
And when you are travelling from
52.
over the Atlantic, there is financial pressure on you because you have more in the way of overheads, travel costs.
134.
Jeff Smith was telling me the other day that he had a 12-hour layover in Toronto. 12 hours in the airport to wait for the next flight. This is what these guys go through for darts. It makes things like this all the sweeter. I would now. The win is still in sight if Adam makes one
45.
more error.
Decision to make. Tops may be the route. Didn't really attack
60.
it. And it's been all out attack from Matt Campbell, who needs double 18.
Game shot on
and
the
in it
match.
goes, of course it does. A 6-1 success for the Ginger Ninja, who piles the misery on Adam Hunt. Well, he's not playing any tricks, not playing any percentages,
68.
but maybe it would have been the right thing to do. He's left himself on 13 here, Stephen Bunting. So we'll have to waste a dart to get to a double, and Jamie Clark is going to be
99.
breathing down his neck. So double 4. And
Five
Bunting has failed to find it. Oh dear. Now, was that an example of where the percentage play would have been the right call? We saw Clark employ the tactic earlier in the match. Stephen Bunting went against it, left himself double 13, ended up missing it, ended up making a mess of the remainder.
Game shot.
And now a leg remains in the match because Clark has broken back and forced a decider. It's silly Billy Bunting. Out 1-3-4. Yeah, no need for any fanciful
94.
shots. He just lays it up on tops. Bunting will try to leave a double himself, but he should have really been on a finish here. And having missed, three darts to win this match. Stephen Bunting has lost the match, and he goes down 6-5 to Jamie Clark, who wins.
Is this unlikely? No, it's impossible now.
43.
You would argue with what we've seen so far that this is unlikely. But it's still possible.
72.
So Lennon will have the chance to increase his lead to 4 legs and move within one of that second round meeting with Jamie Clark. Double top.
Game shot.
Just under that white. Last match yesterday because he was disturbed, wasn't he, by the shenanigans that went on, the fault in the fire alarm system, and perhaps was the player
61.
seemingly most affected by it.
Well, that is certainly the narrative that I was spinning because it seemed inescapable. Martin Schindler
95.
dealt with the situation better. Damon Heta was 4-0 up and averaging 110. The alarm started going off. Shindy won a leg. The alarm continued to go off. He won another leg. And then that pattern continued for another 4 more legs until Damon Heta had lost 6-4. And he was visibly annoyed.
45.
Of course he was annoyed. Just lost 6 legs in a row. But he didn't deal with it as well as Martin Schindler did. As Josh Rock looks at tops,
Game shot.
pins tops for a 17-dart start and a hole to throw.
And Joyce, eventually the game going to a last leg decider. Same in the third match
58.
between Clark and Bunting, but it was a 6-1 win for Matt Campbell against a hapless Adam Hunt at the moment. Will it be a 6-1 win for Steve Lennon against Boris Kritschmar here? It won't
58.
be completed in that visit. Kritschmar may have to take out the 1-2-2.
And that's not happening in this visit.
82.
So match start incoming for Steve Lennon. He'd love to have a couple at double 12. Oh dear, now 15 segment. One at the bullet is. And that's enough for Steve Lennon. Scuba Steve completes a 6-1 victory against Kritschmar. Turns out 2 trebles to get to a finish. 3 trebles gets him to a decent one, but he's really struggling to hold his own throw here. Oh, well, this is...
134.
Okay, so he's got the treble, but it's left a bogey number. Now, has he made that decision consciously?
43.
Well, he may be let off whether it was conscious or not, because that was a poor return for Josh Rock.
97.
Oh, the 57 is coming to his aid here, Damon Heta, in this leg. But for the 1-2-7 and game and break, Josh Rock with a stunner.
And this week.
Johnny Clayton has come good the last couple of days after an early couple of exits as well. He's just
100.
booked his place through with 100 average. So he's in round 3. Michael Smith looking good for it as well. He's 4-1 up on Ron Muhlenkamp, and Rob Cross has averaged a ton and won 6-1 against Jeffrey Desvan.
171.
Well, there's some very enthusiastic treble 19 hitting from Damon Heta. I'm not sure it's the most sensible play. It's worked out for him there by getting the treble.
Right. 60-54 double 12. Of course he goes treble 19. because he can't stop hitting it. And he hits
shot.
the double 12 as well. A brilliant 138. In a good spot. 227 after 6 and making the advantage count, though. That's a wayward one.
121.
Good recovery. Big exchange coming up here.
180.
He is so good. He is such a good player. It's so exciting to think what you might go on and do. Damon Heta, so exciting what you might do today, next week, all year.
Game shot.
And that is magnificent. The double 16 does finally come to his aid when he'd been struggling all the way through the game. If he can hold his throw here in a lap.
Only needs one to get himself down to a finish first. He'll go down for treble 19.
97.
He'll hit treble 19, of course he will. He leaves 170. Well, this match is perfectly poised, isn't it?
Well, what a leg. Ton 40, 61 left after 4 visits to the board. But he can do nothing to stop Damon Heta having a crack at the 170. He doesn't want to look, Josh Rock. But he will be allowed back to the board. And you can see the reaction.
96.
He gambled a little bit going for the second treble 20 himself. He was aggressive. He went for it. It's treble 7. Aggressive again. And he manages to get it, to get himself 2 darts at tops for the match. In the midst of a purple patch from Damon
21.
Heta. But it is 2 darts missed by Josh Rock. And Heta breathes again.
Oh, absolutely crestfallen. The 20-year-old from Northern Ireland. How do you beat this man, Damon Heta? 1 dart for the match. It's the third time this year that the Heat has held off Josh Rock. A scintillating contest. After an errant first dart.
95. $119.
Big moment, this. Double 16.
76.
Didn't miss it by much. Would have been 4-2. Oh no, 3 clear darts missed by Ricky Evans, and this game is slipping away from him. Or it would be if DeVos could take his chances. Well, he was 2-0 up. He missed a dart for 3-0. He has missed 3 to level the scores at 3-all. He does not miss any more in this leg. We do have a level game. Riding. It might swing round again here. There's no pattern to this game at all. The only pattern is there's going to be loads of missed doubles. Oh, look at this.
71.
Where's this come from, Ricky? 181.71. A 10-darter. Are you sure? This isn't a scoreboard error.
43. Game shot.
Well, a 12-dart leg from Rapid Ricky Evans. It could have been a 10-darter. It is yet another breaker throw. DeVos will worry him.
$60.
Well, you only get 60. So at least 6 darts from here for Ricky Evans, but it's a game littered with missed darts at double.
100.
That'll do.
$140.
Who can hold the nerve?
Game
The
shot and
answer
match.
is Ricky Evans. It did not look likely, but he has turned it around for the second game running. And Rapid Ricky is still in.
With him, I'd be thinking leave 83 here because I like double 16. I can take this in 5, but he's not going to. The switch here is the right play. Oh, what a dart that is.
80
What a
score.
dart that is. What a 140 that is.
Peter Wright has beaten Roby John Rodriguez. The Austrian number 2 will not add any more money. Joe Mernon adds another leg with a 130 finish, and we're going all the...
Has got a likelihood of putting runs together when he needs them.
He's had a fair few quarters and semis. He would only need to take one more step beyond that.
140.
Oh, great stuff from Brendan Dolan. Well, it was a great ton 40 setup shot in the previous leg. He didn't get a go at the 83, but he is going to get a go at tops.
95.
And he's going to get loads and loads of darts. Now, he had loads and loads of darts to win it, and he missed all 6 of them for a 6-3 victory.
$20.
And he's missed another 3.
He doesn't want to win this easily. Maybe he wants to win with double digits of missed match darts. I wouldn't recommend it.
41.
And Joe's left 167 somewhat fortuitously, so Brendan, I would get rid of this as soon as possible.
Game shot and the match.
Eventually, Brendan Dolan falls over the line. His place at the match play was already secured before that. Absolutely.
That's why you need magnets on the bottom of your shoes.
38.
We did see somebody turn up at Q-School with a grabber. Like one of those little, like you get at SeaWorld or whatever.
Oh, was that the guy from Wales?
I can't remember who it
Big
was.
Steve.
He was a big lad. But we digress. Oh, it's a
130.
lovely setup shot. This is a great effort from Mickey Mansell. But it is the 170. And it won't go.
90.
Another good bullseye. But is it the immediate break back? Seen so many players today wearing red and black. But it's the red he's looking for, not the black.
Game
And the
shot.
red is found.
Well, it's only a 17 darter, but it is enough to break the throw straight back. Mickey Mansell in the driving seat once again.
How about this one?
Love to have 2 at double 16. Beautiful dart.
57.
Oh, and he can't use that marker. It was just looked really good for him. And he sailed past it. And Mickey Mansell has the chance to take us to a last leg decider.
Is it a 5? Oh, it's an 18. Which leaves 7. That leaves nothing.
Score.
And Aspinall has dodged a bullet.
He went for the 1 for double 12. And then he fluffed his lines at the bottom of the board.
Game shot
And Nathan Aspinall punishes him. Such a tight game. Mickey Mansell looked like he had Nathan Aspinall where he wanted him.
Now he's 5-3 up on Aspinall. Damon Heta is 4-1 up on Mensah Suljovic. He's getting really close
126.
to doing Roby John Rodriguez a huge, huge favour. Keegan Brown is 4-2 down to Brendan Dolan as this tournament in Players Championship 21 starts to take shape,
54.
as we will have our 4th different winner in 4 tournaments. Gonna switch because he's got 99 left. Oh, he's decided to go
140.
back up north. Obviously liked the lie, and he's taken tops out of the equation.
96.
Peter left frustrated on 159. He can't believe he's left that.
Game shot.
It didn't matter in the end, so don't beat yourself up, Snakebite. What you need next up a 170 to win the match. And he will go for it, because Wright was always going to be on a finish of some sort of note.
140.
We saw Dirk do this on Friday to finish a match. Can Dave do the same? He might.
145.
A width of a wire away. Tremendous effort. But now Peter Wright could win this match. But first, must take this 87. Is he going to leave himself the bullseye? Yes.
62.
He can't find it. He's further away. And Chisnell has options to finish Snakebite off, to make the semis for the first time this week. It's double four. It's there.
On the match.
Chisnell is in the last four, and what I can exclusively tell you, news from the other streaming board as well.
$82. $140. $94.
This for 4-1. 14. And the bull. There it is. Brendan Dolan pinning the smallest target on the board to stretch his lead to 3 legs. And this
$140.
key exchange this. Can Dolan take a bite out of the burger?
65.
Well, if this goes, then Brendan might end up with a chip on his shoulder. Unintentional. And just
52.
not in. Dolan breathes a sigh of relief. Maybe the 25, maybe the treble 11. Gets the 25. And gets tops, and Brendan Dolan is taking all of his chances here. Heta seems only leaving 138, 4 more than Damon Heta, and all of a sudden the tungsten tide could be turning.
$65.
To win it in style. Not quite the look he was going
38.
for. Big deep breath from Damon Heta as he looks to up the ante, as he looks to turn up the temperature.
$37.
But he can't find the double top, and now this is the opportunity for Brendan Dolan to book his place in the final. Where's he going? Well, he was looking at 2
60.
tops. Heta's looking at 1. And the heat is on. The heat is on Brendan Dolan. Because Heta, World Match Play, have won the last tournament that they've played in.
100.
Because Brendan Dolan, Damon Heta, or Johnny Clayton would have done that. And so will Adrian Lewis and Dirk van Duijvenbode, who didn't stay around after winning this week in Barnsley.
138.
So 7 match winning streaks to take for a trio. Is Dolan going to deny that prospect to Heta here? No, he's not, but he can leave it handy.
137.
And he's left it as handy as he possibly could have. So Dolan will return with 3 darts clear at double 12 unless Heta hits this. The flame is flickering out.
96.
For a place in the final. And
Here's
Dolan
on the
delivers. Dolan does it. Brendan goes through to the final to take on the ferret, Johnny Clayton.
Possibilities where Brendan Dolan might have missed out on making the match play. That's done. Now is the question whether he can go on and claim the title.
25.
The story of the last 4 days, Dan, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, has been the people who had the spots have kept them. Lewis, Gilding, Roby, Dolan.
Well, Roby John Rodriguez, who will make his debut at the Winter
131.
Gardens, did keep hold of his spot, but he did have to earn it on the first day as well. He's forced his way in there over the last week and a half with some of his best stuff.
140.
A little bit of pressure from Johnny Clayton. Leaves himself on a 1 treble combo finish, but this would be a 13-darter.
Game
That's
shot.
exactly what it is. Brendan Dolan starting this final.
You think, that can't happen much in this final.
Well, I'll stick up for the ferret there.
93.
He was trying to get it right. He just missed the target. But this is a real opportunity. Treble 17. Leaves double 8.
Game shot.
Oh, it's in! Wow! Well, I couldn't quite tell at first. Direct order of merit for getting into things like European tours, and Johnny Clayton has forced his way into the top 16, the seeded positions for that, so that's significant for Johnny
100.
Clayton.
Yeah, that semi-final between himself and Dave Chisnell was a playoff, wasn't it? To see who was going to be seeded for the last 2 European Tour events.
100.
Yeah, turns out it was, so there'll be plenty of action on the Euro Tour stages for the ferret later on this year. But it is
140.
very much focused on this and then the World Match Play. Oh, well, that's not what he wanted. But that is what he
Game
wanted.
shot.
Little double-double finish for Johnny Clayton.
Show off. He's having a little shake of the head there as if to say that wasn't part of the plan. Still work, JC. Something, you do it. It's quite simple. We've
100.
seen great double acts in the sport of darts. The people that you don't see, for instance. Oh, we can see a 160. Well, we see
120.
a 144, but remember when Robert Thornton was doubting himself? Christine Thornton would say, "Get your act together, Sonny Jim."
And it worked.
92.
Now can Johnny Clayton go into the lead? He was 1-0 up and then 3-1 down. But he can't
No score.
force that final dart in there. And Brendan Dolan can break back immediately.
That's the trade-off of having those stack of darts, isn't it? That top sped can be really evasive if you hit that shot just over the top wire. Double 16. What a guide.
Game shot.
Lovely from Dolan.
Not won a game in the 4 days. And he played Rob Cross in the first round here today. And it went to a last leg decider because Cross had lost in round 1 the first 3 days as well. But Johnny Clayton's maximum gets into a finish. But he's finding Dolan already on a better one. Double 5.
75.
Went down south for the 137 in the previous leg. He's not going to go south for the 138. The old school route. Double 12. Back
Game shot.
in the final. Boy, did he need that.
Well, it's difficult to sustain that sort of excellence that you produce for a couple of legs there, Johnny Clayton. Is he going for it? Is he going for it?
129.
Nope. Double 16. Mr. Reliable. Clayton gets to the finishing
134.
zone with a great switch, but you sense it's going to be 7-5 in a matter of seconds.
Game shot.
Is that the dart that stops the Johnny Clayton charge? It will prove how important it is sometimes to get the maths right. It won't go on this occasion, and Brendan Dolan could win the match and the title in the final game before the match play.
134.
There's only one better way to win a tournament, and that's to hit a 9. So this would be an amazing way. Oh, what a cruel kick into the 5.
68.
No match dart. Oh,
18.
2 wired double 9s. You can see how close they were, but now this effort is a lot easier than a 170 to win the tournament.
It is easier than a 170. It perhaps should be easier still after Brendan didn't really put a dent in the 170. But he will get a match dart for a 9th title of his career. And Brendan
Game
Dolan
shot
on double
and the
16
match.
seals the deal. He wins Players' Championship 21.
Wonderfully done from Dolan.